Hey everyone, how is everyone? Welcome, welcome. I'm Amber Scott, owner of Mountain Itney Creations, and today we are crafting along with Amber. So I go live on Mondays on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Hey Tracy T Art, thank you for saying hi. Yeah, so I go live on Mondays at 1 to do some kind of crafting art project. And this is Bailey, my little sidekick. Say hi, Bales. She likes to be right here with me at all times. But yeah, so today our schedule is we are going to be doing an art project. So if you want to get out, you can get out a journal. You can get out, this is just a flat canvas. You can get out a raised canvas, whatever. So you're going to need a canvas. You're going to need scraps. So continuing on with our Earth Day theme, that if you saw, thank you, Tracy T Art. So cute. We're going to add to it. So last week, if you haven't seen yet, I did painting with paper. So that flower picture back there, I don't know if everybody can see it, but was painted with paper. So we'll do some more painting with paper today, but we're also going to draw on top of our painted paper. So it'll be a slightly different project than last week's. And that is available to look at along with many other fun projects through the Give a Scrap YouTube vlog hop, or yeah, whatever you call that, video hop. So yeah, so that is where if you do Give a Scrap, there's a whole bunch of really fun videos on how to use scraps and stuff, and that was my video to have joined that. Yeah, so I'm gonna close this out for a sec while I flip around, and let's go down to the table. Move my camera. Don't want to make you guys dizzy. Hence, I'm doing it this way. Oop, my little flip off thing popped off. Sorry about that. There we go. All right. Get you guys positioned well. So I apologize for moving the camera and videoing. There we go. Just wanted it to go up one more. All right. So this, I believe, is a 9x11. So you could definitely do this in your journal. I have a whole bunch of scraps here. And then you'll need some type of Mod Podge. So some type of glue finish. So you could do Aleene's, you could do the Mod Podge brand, any of those. So I have like this cute little pink cup, and this is where I put my glue / sealant. And then I always mark my brushes with tape. So then I have certain brushes that I only do this kind of work with. So looks like, is that Instagram? It's kind of hard to see the whole thing. So I'll try and move around as much as possible. So yeah, so this is just one of the flat canvases. You can buy this little bottle at Dollar Tree. So then I have book pages ripped. Yeah, and it's pretty simple. You just get some of your sealant and glue, and I can do it right on here because this whole thing we're going to glue. So we're just going to fill our board up, or your canvas or your journal, up with scraps. So a great way to use up some of those scraps rather than throwing them out. It's a good way to recycle and make something pretty out of your trash. So it's sort of like what you would do with junk journaling, or different or collage. So this is, you know, we are collaging with paper here, but it's and I really don't have anything specific in mind. Like I'm just kind of look at a piece. Oh, I think that'll fit there, and just kind of flop it down. So that's all I'm doing. The only thing I do think about is, oh, do I have enough colored pieces or enough pieces with words on them? So I'll alternate, you know, between all that. I have some magazine stuff I've ripped out. Like, might not see this girl later, but I thought she was kind of cool with the goat. So she might disappear. She might get under a different layer, but yeah. So we're just gonna take your paper, take your journal, whatever, and fill it up with scraps. So this is thicker paper up here, so sometimes that does not stick down as quickly or as well. We got lots of friends over on TikTok. Thank you, friends, for everybody that's joining in. It's great to see you. I really appreciate you. For my friends on Facebook, and Instagram, and where else? And YouTube. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So, yep. So just generously wipe it on the back, put it right on the board. Use your fingers, smooth it out if you can. Sometimes you can't. Grab the next scrap, figure out where you want it. Yep. So that's what we're doing right now. And then we're going to take it and create art on top of it. So this kind of gives you an idea of what we can do. And then, so I made my first board for you guys because for the second part of it, you will have to wait for your board to dry. So saying hi to some of my friends on TikTok here. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Thank you for all my friends everywhere. You guys are great. This is a different piece. This is like a scrap from my jelly plate printing. Like I use the paper to clean my jelly plate off, my roller off. So that's what that is. It has random paint on it. I've ripped up a couple books. There's some book pages. Like I had a book that got all wet and ruined. So I was like, woohoo! Yay, now I have book pages to use. So I have a magazine. I have all kinds of stuff. And yeah, you just keep picking pieces and picking out where to stick them. Filling it in. There's really not too much rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. So if you make a comment or something and I don't see it, I apologize. I will stop every once in a while to check out what's going on. Say hi to people. Thank you for all my TikTok friends. No, Tracy. On most social media, it is the same. But yeah, so here and Facebook. So you're on Instagram, Tracy, is Mountain Itney Creations. On YouTube, I'm Amber Scott. And then TikTok, I'm Amber Scott with a number on the end of it, 20, 25 or something. I can't see what my user is right now. Yeah. So it just depends on when it. So Facebook, YouTube, Etsy shop, my other shop, Shopify shop, everything's Mountain Whitney Creations, but then YouTube and TikTok are both Amber Scott. So just created at different times. But I do have a link tree, so everybody can go to linktree.com/Mountain Whitney Creations, and all my links are there. I also have an eBay, Amber Scott Art, where I sell whatchamacallit, ACEOs or artist trading cards. So if you want to check those out, but I can put my Linktree link in the comments here, so you guys can all have that. It will also, once the video is uploaded, not what I wanted. Typing it in. That is a great question, friend. Thank you for asking that. So, oh, thank you, Tracy, for following me on other platforms. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody who's said they follow me and all that. Yeah. So, saying hi over on TikTok. All right, Bailey, you're sliding. She's sliding on my lap here. All right. So virtually, there's not a lot of rhyme or reason to what I'm doing here. You just kind of pick up a piece, find a spot, and lay it down. So this one will look different than my first one. So yeah, so I keep a whole drawer of just like random scraps. And that's what we're doing here. Just some random scraps. And then we're going to create. I can't hold you like that right now, Bailey. She wants me to wrap my arm around her and hold her up. I'm sorry, Bailey. I can't right now. I need my hands. I need my hands. I'm sorry if I'm going off screen on Instagram. I forget that I have to keep moving it for Instagram. Because I just get wrapped up in making and forget what's going on, right? So what is everybody up to these days? What are you guys making? What are you creating? Yeah. Do you create ACOs? Are you part of the junk journal swaps? I am. I'd love to see it. I also have a Facebook group where people can post and share their creations and hang out with others. Everybody's super kind and sweet in it. Yeah, so I would love to have you guys join us if you want. Bailey, you don't want to put your head in that. That's glue. That would not be good. So you can do all kinds of stuff. You could put receipts on this. You could put junk mail. You could put what do you call it? This used to be on the sides of papers. Dot matrix, that's it. So I have some dot matrix paper. That's where that comes from. Change the side of this. Yep, and then I just, have random scraps too. Have you ever made anything like this? How did it turn out? What did you like or dislike about doing it? What do you do with your scraps? Hey, Zach. Thank you for coming and joining us. So good to see you. So, Zach, if you have a journal, or this is like one of those flat canvas boards or a regular canvas, we're working on making a collage, but then we're going to create art on top of this collage. So that's our art project for today. And then I'm just using Mod Podge glue. This one I got at the dollar store. You can get bigger bottles at Michael's or Walmart, which I just finished off my Aleen's. Her stuff works great too. So same idea, same kind of product. So. Yeah, this is scrap mail, it's magazines, it's torn up books, it's all kinds of stuff. And I'm just trying to, and I put a layer on top of it too, so that when we go to paint and stuff, it won't have all these bumpy different surfaces, but it will have the one surface. I mean, it will probably still be bumpy and stuff, but yeah. But Give a Scrap is happening all month. This is not my Give a Scrap video, but my painting with paper video last week that went live on YouTube. So if you have a chance, go back and check that out. In celebration of one of my friends' birthdays, and also for, this is very messy. Your fingers get very sticky. Not enough glue underneath. It's sticking down. There we go. Yeah. So this is another way to, I guess, paint with paper like I did last week. So if I don't see you and you come in and say hi, I apologize. I look up as much as I can. A bunch of glue already on there too. So if it's just using up what's already there. And this type of glue is water-based, so it's fairly easy to clean your brushes. Bailey's nose is right here. She's like right all up in my business. And then we are going to create a flower pot on top of this. We're going to paint on top of this. So if you're working along with me, you will have to take a break for your board to dry. So the second part, you'll be able to just sit and watch everything happen as I create on the board I made earlier. That's interesting. And so you can tell just by touching your creation where there isn't any of the Mod Podge too. Like so. Because you do want to make sure for painting purposes that you cover the whole thing. That seals it in. So this is a couple layer project here. Kind of messy. Kind of all over the place. Let's stick another dot matrix on here. I like seeing things come through it and different stuff, right? Stick one of, I really have no rhyme or reason other than, oh, I didn't stick that on there recently. I need that color again. So I'm just kind of jumping around, looking at my scraps, trying to see what I have and haven't used. So Bailey's trying to get her nose and everything here. Played a new game with my friend, marrying Mr. Darcy or something. So, yes, that says chloroform. It's from the Poisoner's Guide book or something. It got water on it. It's a really good book. Sadly, it was all warped and got ruined. So I was like, woohoo! That means I get to use it for my art. But I don't know if I'd read it again, but it was a very interesting book, all about when certain poisons were more used or when they were discovered. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. But I do love painting with paper, like creating things from paper shapes. One thing to be careful of is my fingers are sticky. So when I touch other spots, it sometimes pulls up paper off of everything. I like that bouquet. I'm hearing some kind of sound. I'm not sure what that sound means. Someone joined, someone left, so I'm not sure. Kind of made a sound at me. Where are you going, Bailey? You can't get any higher. But it was definitely a very interesting game, to say the least. We had fun, and then we played a lot of war. And we're almost done painting our board with paper. So trying to keep it in view for my Instagram friends. Everybody else is the other direction as far as camera position, I guess. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm running out. Hey, Terry, it's okay that you're late. No worries, honey. No worries. We've just been told everybody get a 9x12, whether a canvas or a journal or you don't even whatever size you want. But we're painting. We're making a collage first. Okay. And then I'm going to paint on top of it. So this is just to give us a background, a base layer, nothing more. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. So, as I said, once you get your board done, you are going to set it aside and let it dry because the next part your board needs, unless you have like a crafting dryer. So here's the one I made earlier. Okay. I think I want to do it this way. So now we're going to get our paint out. And I should have done this sooner. Had my paint ready to go. It's okay. Right. So oh, Terry, that's so funny. So Terry says, I was very early. Is it time now? Is it time yet? Too early. And then I was like, oh my goodness. Sorry, friend. That's hilarious. That's great. Thank you. Yeah, this is a great way to use up some of those scraps. And you could even, you know, if you don't want to do the next part, you certainly could just make a collage. I mean, and then if you do that, you could be more pointed in what you put on and where you put it, that kind of thing. So now we need a pencil, okay? Because we're gonna try and sketch out our flower pot that we're gonna paint right over this. So this is why you cover everything with the Mod Podge, because it gives you a surface, seals in that surface, and then creates. How do I? Yeah, you know what? I want a handle on it. Make it like a watering can. How about that? Have some leaves coming out of it, right? And then some flowers. So I'm just drawing a base layer for, I don't even know how much I'll be able to see for my flowers. And then I'll go back and paint them. So it just gives a different way to do art, a different surface, a different look. Let's do, I think we'll do a very pale purple flower pot. Get out my paintbrushes. And then you just paint over it. So you might, because depending on what color you choose, you might have to do a couple layers, or you could certainly just leave it kind of see-through if you wanted to, depending on what your paint is like or what color you choose. I don't even know if I did that right, but that's okay. It's all good. All right, we'll let that color dry a little. Do some greens now for our leaves. I think I might make the background and then add some of those tiny printer photos for my, oh, that's an awesome idea. I love that, Terry. I love that. That's a great idea. So she would take, you could certainly do that. That'd be a great idea. Print out miniature pictures and yeah, put them on there. That'd be awesome. So yeah, there's all kinds, or you could just leave it. There's all kinds of ways you can use it. Now you have to decide, do I want the leaf coming out or is it underneath? So you'll want both kinds of leaves. Some going over the handle, some going behind the handle. Give it more depth. And then once this dries, you'll be able to put another layer on. And put a leaf hanging out here. Now I'm just kind of drawing with the paint. I'm adding in more than what I could see before. And then I'm sure I'll go along and change it up as we go along. Let's see, what color flowers should I put in here? Part of me wants to do white. White will probably require several layers because white is very transparent. Same with this purple right here. The green is less transparent. I don't even have to fill in the whole shape that I drew. Bailey, you're falling off my lap again. So if you're just joining us, thank you. So great to have you here. We created a background of a collage, and now we're painting a fun flower on top of it because we want it to be spring, even though today is cold, sadly. Oh my gosh, the rain this weekend was crazy, crazy. But these flowers don't have to be perfect because your background's not perfect. So it's just another way to paint. You could even do something like this in a journal. There's so many ways you could use this and create with it. We had so many tornado warnings last week. It was insane. 23. Oh my goodness, Terry, that's crazy. Crazy, crazy. I'll have to ask my daughter. They get them at her school if they had any. I feel like I need another flower somewhere. I'll add another one in here. So I'm also just painting or drawing with the paint. And that green is still a little wet. So picking it up. And that's okay. I'll go back and fix it later. I feel like yellow needs to be the next color. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday again. That's crazy, Terry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We get tornado warnings here, but we live on the side of a mountain, so they don't usually get up to us, but around town they do. And we do get nasty wind because we don't have a lot of trees by us. So yeah. So now, see if some of these other colors had dried a little. I can put a second coat on. I think I want to change this guy a little. I want to stop the spout there, I think. So I can go back and glue another piece of paper right over that. I don't know how I'll fix that, but that's an option. See, now you can see more of the purple on this second layer. But the paper underneath gives it this really cool different textures and different feel. Going around this flower. And then when this one dries, I'll probably go through again and go back over everything with a black pen to finish it off. Now I can see the purple better. Anybody else having tornado warning and stuff? That's crazy. Crazy, crazy. I can brighten up the green or darken the green. Another layer on the green. However you want to say that. But you could also stamp on top of this. There's all kinds of different things you could do with this. I bet you could color on it with, I don't know, different things. Or you could play to see what would go on top of it. See if anything would work on top of it. It seems like it was a whole wide path of storms, Texas all the way up to Wisconsin. I don't. Wow, that's a lot of storms. Yeah. That is a lot of storms. Well, hopefully this week will be better. We can hope and pray, right? You could put stickers on top of this. There's all kinds of things that you could do. Just try and brighten up some of this white. So the background just gives it a different feel. I don't have to create some kind of field or fancy background. It's just there. And I'm using a more thicker based white, so that's why it looks a little more textured than some of the other paint. It's a thinner. Not as heavy bodied. That's the word. Using a heavy bodied acrylic. So look at that. I can just do that. I like the shorter spout better. Not perfect, as I said. There you go. Oops. All right. You don't like the dryer, Bailey. I'll put you down for a sec. Oops, pulling up some of that glue. Be careful. Hopefully that's dry enough. We can now go in with some of our pink pens and do some more fun on this. All right, let's see. How about for a not so hard tip? Once again, just make it very sketchy. I wouldn't try and perfect it or anything. So just kind of the outline of everything. This isn't about making perfect art. It's just about creating, having fun, playing with some materials. Right, Bales? Here you playing. She's playing over on the mini couch in my office. Oh, hey, Mom. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, K-pop Mama. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh. Yes, it is a grow where you are planted sort of project. You're right, Terry. So welcome, Eileen. Welcome, K-pop. So fun to have you here. Yes, so for those who are new, we first went through and we collaged, and now I try to dry it, and now we're drawing on, we painted, and now we're adding in all the detail to our paintings. So I did dry it some with my heat gun. So that's an important aspect. Well, or you could just let it sit and dry. You don't, but since I'm live, I had to make it go a little quicker. There's lots of texture, so I'm trying to take my time. That's what's making it a little harder to sketch with the paint pen. It's all the texture. But so I painted the background with paper. So like if you haven't seen last week's painting with paper picture I made, make sure you check that out. That was part of Give a Scrap, put on by the Traveling Crafter to celebrate her birthday and Earth Day. So yeah, and this is also a do what you want kind of project. Like if you want to add more than I'm doing, go for it. If you want to not paint a picture on it, you can do that too. My friend Terry made the suggestion of like the little tiny printer prints. You could certainly print out a picture of somebody. You could, make it like make a frame and put the picture in and just have the background speak for itself. There's all kinds of things that you could do with a product. I'm sorry. Got the paint didn't come out there. We've had a big blob of black in the middle of my painting. And I'm just gonna add it in, making it look a little scrappier. I don't know what the word is. Scrappier is the word, right? So glad so many of you could join us. All right, so we did some black. Let's see. Let's add in some oranges and reds and stuff. Oops. Drop my paint marker. Just adding a little bit more color helps define flower a little better. Gives it some different angles, some different light. So much you could do with this kind of project. Add in some oranges. You can add in some different yellows. It's almost the same color. And we'll just can't see it. But I can add some yellow to the tops of the leaves so we know what direction the sun's coming from. Same with the watering can, just a little bit more highlight. So you always want to, if you decide on where the light's coming from, then you kind of do all of your thing, like everything in that direction, if that makes sense. Maybe this purple will work. So now I'm just playing with some of my paint markers because it's fun. So why not, right? Just adds another layer of dimension. And if I put, it just draws the flowers into the watering can by adding this color other places. I'm going to tie it all together. These are really a lot of fun, these paint markers. I got them at Walmart. The brand is, where is it? Oh, there it is. Royal Langnecker. That sort. I really like them. Yes, you can. It looks like you could use a gloss gel medium over the collage as well, then scratch your art, revealing peekaboos at the base. Oh, that's a fun one too. You certainly could paint over the gloss gel medium when it is dry. Yeah, you certainly could do that. That's an interesting idea too. Oh, I like that. So like, yeah, making peekaboo art instead of, yeah, I like it. I like it. Thank you, Terry. You give so many fun ideas. I gotta make sure I write them down. I like the peekaboo art idea. Maybe I'll do that next month. Yeah. All right. I think I want to add just a titch of red to make the flowers stand out just a hair more, like a contrasting. This gives it just a little bit of contrast, helps those flowers pop a little bit more. Should we add some gold in there too? I always like to add some gold or something. And there we have it, friends. There we go. So you certainly could add more, or you can leave it like that, or yeah, up to you. That's the fun of this. Oh, I had packages to go get. I'm back now. Oh, well, welcome back, Zach. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to just flip my camera around. All right, friends. So fun to work with you. So fun to paint. And so another fun Earth Day project. Fun to paint with you and create with you. So yeah, so virtually I just took a board and together we put a bunch of collage on it. And then I sketched with a pencil. But you could do stamping, you could do photo printing, you could do all kinds of stuff. Terry had some great ideas. Precious water pot. Thank you, Zach. Yeah, so lots of fun to do. Anyways, thanks for joining me. I have no idea why I have a tickle in my throat, but I do. I want to make a 3D version with a couple of these being dimensional. Do not know that I will do this, though. Just an idea. Ooh, Terry, I like that one too. I'm fine. Just a tickle caught me. I can't get it to go away. So that's my sign to sign off. Anyways, hope to see you next week. Same time, same place. And thanks for joining me. I forget what we're doing next week, but check the schedule both on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. And I'll see you then. All right. Bye, friends.